Guys, it's me, Drew, aka The Green Arrow, and today is going to be my review on Gotham. So let's get into it. So this week it was all about choices. So the Penguin had to make a choice, and Jim Gordon was going to make a choice. So let's get into it. Once again, the Mad Hatter was back once again with Tweedledum and Tweedledee, and he basically throughout the whole episode made Jim pick who he was going to save and who he was basically going to let die. So it's all leading up to a big climax. So the first person the Mad Hatter gives him is rather a young child or a happily married couple who just got married. And he said to him, you can't save both. One's going to get hit by a truck and the other's going to jump off a building. But like I said, you can't choose both. So who do you decide? So Jim thought to himself, split second, and he ran to the kid. So obviously he's ran to the kid, and then you see the married couple come plummeting down to earth, and you hear they have to smash on the sidewalk. Weren't great. Then later on in the episode, once again, he has to make another choice, and the choice was, does he shoot a TV anchor guy, or does he shoot a doctor? And Jim basically said to him, I'm not willing to play these games no more with you. This is it. Come to an end. Not doing it. Not picking. At this point, the GCPD turn up. He told him to hold back. And the Hatters basically said to him, pick. Who do you want to survive? And he basically said, I'm not picking. So he ends up frying both of them. Later on in the episode, once again, he kidnaps Valerie Bell and Lee Tompkins, and it all led up to this one big decision. Who does James Gordon love more? Does he love Valerie Bell or does he love Lee Tompkins? So the only one real way to find out was the Mad Hatter decides to throw a tea party. So Jim finally figures out where they are, and he takes Mario, because Mario comes in to the GCPD as he's leaving. And Mario basically says to him, well, you know where she is, tell me. And Jim says, fair enough, you know, come along with me, I might need your help. And the Hatter found his gun, which was in the basement, and he took out the bullets and everything else. So the gun that he had wasn't working. So Tweedledum and Tweedledee locked him up in the bathroom where he kept Valerie and Lee. And he basically said, you know what, Jim, I'm going to shoot one of them anyway. I'm going to count to 3 and, you know, just tell me. Because obviously the Hatter blames Jim for Alice's death. And even Jim said, like, she was happy enough, like, when she died with a smile because she was away from you and all this nonsense. And he was trying to get in the Hatter's head. And the Hatter was like, nah, not having it. Choose. Which one do you want to die? So he said Lee. So the moment he said Lee, he shot Valerie Bell. And then it was like, wait a minute, what the hell is going to happen here? And they end up calling the paramedics and whatnot, and Valerie gets rushed to hospital. Mario has to then obviously operate on her, and you don't actually know like if she's okay or if she's not okay at the moment. It's undecided because obviously they left it where both Jim and Lee were sitting in the hospital. So you know there's some unfinished business between them two, because obviously he loves Lee and Lee loves him. So then the other big choice in this episode was the Penguin. Guys, I haven't really talked about this because, like, I don't know where they're leading with this Stam storyline, and really, to be honest with you, it's a little bit frustrating. But basically, like I said, I have not really talked about this because I don't really know where they were heading with this. But the other big decision had to be made by the Penguin. So basically, over the last couple of episodes, Penguin and the Riddler have been getting really, really close. Now, like I said, I reckon the Riddler wants to take over Gotham, so he's using the Penguin to do so. But what's kind of a little bit worrying at this particular moment is Gotham are actually trying to turn the Penguin gay. So it's like he's falling in love with Edward Nigma. And obviously the Riddler's playing on it because he wants to become the crown king of Gotham. And it's a bit weird. Like, through the whole episode, Penguin was basically struggling to tell Nigma how he felt about him. Like, it was at the very beginning of the episode, he was like, how his mum told him that he'd only ever find one true love, and this one true love, once you find it, you should never let it go. And he was going to confess his undying love to the Riddler. So, during the episode, you get to see the Penguin standing there with Nigma and talking. He says to him, I have to tell you something. And Nigma says, well, what is it you have to tell me? Penguin then says to him that, I forgot. And Nigma is like, but if that was me, I wouldn't forget. He kind of knows what he wants to say, I think, but like, obviously, like I said, he's playing him, so he's playing along, and he's having it dangled like dangling on a stick kind of thing. Then once again, he was there, and they were sorting out the papers, and he said to him, listen, this is your mayoral roles, this is your kingpin of Gotham roles, but at the moment, you know, you've got to go to a school and basically make your face present and whatnot. So they end up in going to this school, and you know, they find out that there's 12 classes of children that he's actually got to go and see, and he's not really impressed by that, and he's thinking to himself, I don't really want to be doing this. But then he spots a kid sitting there on his own, you know, not a care in the world, just drawing, but not interacting with all the rest of the kids. Now, by looking at the kid, you could think to yourself, there's something wrong with that kid because he doesn't quite look right. So, Penguin's automatically attracted to this kid, goes over to him, asks him, why are you not interacting with the rest of the kids? Kid turns around and says, you know what, it's because I don't think they like me. And the Penguin was like, but how do you know? Unless, you know, you give it a shot. Try and mix with them. He said, but I'm scared. Then the Penguin turns around to him and says, you know what? If they don't like you, when they're on the top of the stairs, just push them. Kid then smiles, jumps up and goes and joins the crowd. Nigma then comes over to the Penguin and says to the Penguin, you know, are you okay? He said, yeah. Then the Penguin says to him, you know what? Dinner at my place. You know, I need to tell you something, but no, we need to talk, you know, in a more like suitable environment. Would it be possible that you come for dinner at the mansion and, you know, we can have a little conversation? Nigma says, that's fine, not a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the wine. So, the next scene you see the Penguin, he's sitting at the dinner table, obviously waiting for the Riddler to come in. I'll get to what the Riddler is doing in just a minute. But he's sitting there and he's going through exactly what he's going to say to him. So he's like, you know what, I've been holding this on for a while. I think you need to know I love you. And it was just like, what? Are you crazy? What's going on, Gotham? Like, why are you turning the Penguin gay? It just don't make sense. Yeah? Period. Yeah? Don't make sense. He was never gay in any of the comics I read, in any of the animations that I read, or any of the films, or any of the cartoons that I see. He's never been that way inclined. So I don't quite understand why Gotham is going on this route of actually trying to annoy people by making certain characters in a different way. So you've got the Barbara Keene trying to turn her into Harley Quinn, and then you've got the Penguin being gay, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to do. And it's like everyone was saying that Barnes is going to be Bane, and I'm be saying no, it's not going to be the case. But by the looks of what Gotham is doing at the moment, it completely looks plausible that Barnes is going to be Bane. Because just the way that they're moving, the progression. Early in the episode, he was out at the very beginning when the married couple jumped off the roof, and the Bullock said to him, where's your crutches? You know, where's your cane? And he's turned around and said, I don't need it no more. So he's obviously getting some superhuman strength, yeah? So it could be plausible that he turns into Bane, which once again, that's another shitty mistake made on Gotham's behalf. But what can we say? Okay, so getting back to the Riddler. Where was the Riddler? The Riddler said to the Penguin, I'm going to buy a nice bottle of red wine. He ends up going into this off license, and he's looking through these bottles of wine. And then he's like, this one, and no, not this one. And then a woman appears. Now, this woman looks remarkably like Kirsten Kringle, sorry, which was the girl that he killed because he had an obsession with her and he went too far and the split personality didn't clash, it clashed and killed her. So she ends up in dying, but there was this woman in this liquor store and she looked exactly like her. So it was like it was her sister or something. But that wasn't the freakiest part, people. Oh no. You thought that was freaky, yeah? That the woman looked like Kirsten Kringle, sorry. She set riddles, guys. Riddles. She put a riddle to him to work out, and he worked out that the riddle was time. Yeah? And it was just like, they're made for each other. They're both like freaky. Like, they're both riddle this, riddle me that, riddle me this, riddle me that. So, my conclusion to this one is going to be this. I reckon what's actually going to happen is he's going to end up getting with her. And they're both going to be as crazy as each other. And this is where his riddler personality comes out. Because obviously we know that he's got a split personality, and when he's the other guy, he question marks things. So we know that he's the Riddler. But we also know he's Edward Nigma. So, there's this woman who looks like Kris Kringle. I keep on thinking Christmas. Kirsten Kringle, right, comes in, okay? And then she kind of explores his mindset, kind of, and puts Edward Nigma to the back and brings out the Riddler. And that's why he's more plausible to become the Riddler. And, you know, he's got somebody there, like, who's on his side, who's going to be coaching him through it, who's going to be just as bat crazy as him. Mind the pun. But just, like, as crazy as he is and, you know, wants exactly the same thing. I reckon that's what's going to happen. I reckon this woman, whoever she is going to turn him into the Riddler and make him more prominent in Gotham. And this is where he's going to rise to power and take over from, obviously, the kingpin of Gotham at the moment, which is the Penguin. But guys and girls, if you think that I'm wrong, then obviously please tell me. Like, so if you think that Barnes is actually gonna be Bane, let me know. You think he's gonna be someone else? Let me know that too. What do you reckon if the Penguin and Riddler situation? To me, it's a bit funny, it's a bit crazy, it's a bit wild. You know, stick in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Jim's final decision? The decision rather to stay and not kill Valerie, stay and not kill Lee. Who do you think should have been shot? Do you think Lee should have been shot over Valerie because Lee has Mario and she kind of a traitor to Jim? Let me know in the comment sections down below. But as always, guys, I've been your host, Drew, aka The Green Arrow. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like and subscribe button so that I know you're out there. Hit the subscribe button to keep you informed of all things Gotham. Like I said, Gotham is going through this little bit of a weird, really weird stage at the moment. I don't quite get it. But let me know what you guys think by sticking it in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, I'm your host, Drew, aka The Green Arrow. Straight shooting, people.